I'll go first. Hi, I'm Phil Romzek. I got started in this program through a referral from my physician as being successful with people. I needed to see him because I needed knee surgery. And my orthopedic said he couldn't do my knee surgery until I was below 30% body fat. I didn't know what BMI even stood for when I left his office, but eventually determined that I needed to lose a lot of weight. So I went to my physician, who then referred me to this program. My first day with Cornerstone in the program, I went all in because at that point I realized how much weight I needed to lose. And I immediately jumped into the program using the supplements, using the fish oil, using 2 shakes a day. And in the first 6 weeks, I lost 32 pounds. Those 6 weeks were Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. And things just kept rolling from that point on. And at my best, I was 262 pounds below my start weight. And I've had the knee surgery, and actually another surgery since then, that I would have not had I not lost this weight.
Hi, I'm Christy. I joined the Cornerstone Wellness program with a referral from my physician, Dr. Raymond. I was having trouble with my diabetes. It was going up and down, and I was having all kinds of trouble, and she sent me to Dr. Bala. I went to Dr. Bala, and one of the things he stressed was having to lose weight and he wanted me to join the Cornerstone Wellness program, see how that would work, because losing the weight he felt would help with my cholesterol, my high blood pressure, and my diabetes. I joined, I met Megan, I learned about the Cornerstone Wellness program, and Megan, sweetheart that she is, she helped me lose the 117 pounds I've lost so far. I only have like about 15 more that I want to go. Sticking with Megan, and we're going to make it all the way.
Hi, my name's Arthur. I got in the program due to a extreme, let's say, overweight situation. It was pressing on my lungs and stopping me from breathing correctly. With the advice of my doctor, I went in to see the endocrinologist, I'm pretty sure that's called, and Drill Sergeant Maegan and Dr. Bala were all there and giving me all the guidance that I needed to get into some type of program that helped me tremendously. And it was the Cornerstone Wellness program, the shakes, the supplements. It helps me think clear. It helps me just be a better person. I enjoy the weight that I've lost. I have hit my goal weight, which is just over half of my actual body weight to started with. It's amazing what this program can do for you. Stick with it, watch what you eat, watch what you do, exercise with the program, and you too will become successful.
Hi, I'm Rick. I joined Cornerstone Wellness about 3 years ago, coming February. I was referred there by my doctor, my general doctor. He told me if I wanted to live, I'd lose weight. So I kind of believed him. So in my first appointment with Dr. Bala and with Megan, and I was impressed with her right from the beginning. She's guided me along this whole path. Endless prints, endless questions I had. She's answered every one of them. I still see her once a month because it really helps me. I couldn't have did it without her and Cornerstone Wellness. There's no way I could have did this. So I'm down 127 pounds. I go to the gym and I take the advice from Megan on what exercises to do, because I trust everything she said. If you want to see some results, I strongly suggest going there and listening.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth, and I have been heavy all my life. I learned to eat with 6 boys in the 70s at the Sweden House. It's been an up and down journey, an emotional journey. Megan has been there, not just for the weight loss, but for emotional support. I've cried and we've laughed, and she's really helped me to stay on this and I'm off all my diabetic medications. And actually, my brother started going to see Dr. Bala, and then he got me to go, and then he passed away a few months later, and it was really hard, but I kept with it. Cornerstone Wellness, the products, especially the Medicist was my big thing, was tremendous help in this journey.
Okay, so I have here, this is 5 pounds of body fat. Phil, do you remember how many of these you lost?
No, actually, a friend of mine talked about carrying rock salt down his basement for his water softener. And the rock salt bags are 40 pounds. And he was tracking my weight loss on the number of bags of rock salt that I was carrying around all the time. And it ended up being 6.5 bags of rock salt.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know we figured it out, but I
But
don't
we
remember.
did, and we talked about that before. I can tell you just from sizes,
Yeah, right. No, I want to say it was like,
if that's 5 pounds of
I
fat,
think it was
right?
like 50 or 60 of these.
Easily.
A good introduction to this next segue is to talk about not just scale weight loss, because I think there's such a huge push for weight loss, but we're starting to understand more about the science of what fat loss does for our health versus just overall weight loss. And so if you think about this, I mean, this is 5 pounds. I don't have an example of what 5 pounds of muscle looks like, but when you are actually losing the right component, meaning just fat loss, you're preserving your metabolism, you're able to see more of that physical difference, which you can see from all 5 of my superstars today, that before and after of where they're currently at. So it's definitely important that you understand that fat loss is the answer. We don't want to lose muscle as we age because it hurts our longevity and it connects us more with being more apt to get disease. So in this next bit here, I guess that's what we'll talk about. We'll talk about specifically, we think we know with Phil that he lost 55 or so of these.
Yeah, it shows in all the clothes that I've donated and the new clothes that I've had to buy, and yeah, it's life changing. And I still have the bingo wings from it, but I wouldn't trade them for the world. They're trophies for me now. Anybody can lose weight by not eating right and not eating. Anybody can. Just starve yourself. You see it on Survivor and Alone and these reality shows. But Cornerstone Wellness, the difference is it gives you the nutrition that will support your body while you're losing that fat.
I know I like a lot of protein. I mean, I am a meat carnivorous type person. I mean, it just flows. I'm not a big vegetable person and that type of stuff. That's why the Cornerstone Wellness, it balances everything out. Because if I do eat just a lot of meat, I'm getting all this other stuff I need from the product. And that's a big deal. Because a lot of foods I just don't like, plain and simple. And if I don't like it, I don't want to eat it.
You know, and to that point, that's actually interesting. So I think that's what sometimes weight loss, specifically fat loss, is more challenging sometimes for women because we're not necessarily always driven to protein. And I think both of you have been back and forth with the use of protein shakes. We always talk about different types of food. I know, Christy, you were doing the protein shakes for a while as well. You're back and forth on them. But I do think, I mean, can you speak to that at all in the sense of whether it's easy or difficult to get that 1 gram per pound of muscle?
Oh, having enough protein every day? My biggest thing that I do, and I love it because I never used to eat breakfast before, and Megan insisted I had to eat breakfast because that's a good start of your day. So having the shake when I'm busy and don't have time, using the shake, that's, what is that, 30 grams of protein? Yeah, 30 grams of protein, and just one shake, you get your 30 grams of protein. And so usually I throw some eggs in there. If I'm too busy late at night, I'll have a shake at night. Protein, I like the cheeses, the eggs, the cottage cheese. I love cottage cheese. I cook with cottage cheese now. Yeah, so I found a new way to eat, and I wouldn't go back. Out of all the diets I've ever tried in my whole life, I've been up and down all the time. Doing high protein is like something I can stick with.
What was most powerful to me was that example right there, because every week I would go in, Maegan would hold that up, so you lost 3 of these, or you lost 2 of these, and so I've lost 25 of those. So I'm very, very, very pleased, and it's all about how you eat, and protein's important, and that's what the nice thing about seeing Maegan is I've got endless list of what I should eat. I've learned what the protein is, what it does for you. That's the whole thing here. Just like he said, or Phil said, anybody can lose weight. Just quit eating. But to lose it right, you have to do it right. There is a way to do it, and these fad diets do not work. It takes hard work, and that's why we see Maegan.
And accountability. And Maegan was a big part of that. Knowing I had to go see her every 2 weeks,
Yep,
I'm
that's what it was all
sweating.
about.
Sunday afternoon, Sunday sweats, not a problem. It was the Tuesday sweats because I had to see her on Wednesday morning. And I knew I was going to get weighed, and I knew they were going to check my body mass index. And I'd start to panic, even though I've tracked everything I've eaten for over 7 years. Everything, every calorie, for over 7 years. And I've been always trying to maximize protein, to at least 1/3 of my calories in protein, less than 1/3 of my calories in fat, and let the carbs fill in the difference. That's what I've been most successful. I have 7 years of history. I can see when those things changed and how that affected me. But that accountability with Maegan, that beautiful face, never want to disappoint her.
With bringing that up, though, I did want to mention a thing that really helps is I have an app, and there's all kinds of different apps, and it's called MyFitnessPal, and using those to count the calories and be accountable for what you eat it really helps. Like, even if I go to Texas Roadhouse, I'll look up Texas Roadhouse on there, and it's like, okay, can't have the gravy on there. You know, if you take the gravy away, it takes calories away. And I come to find out that you don't need all that extra stuff to enjoy a meal. Yeah, I just get steak, potatoes, no gravy, no butter, and it's still filling and it still tastes good.
It's taking control, and it's taking control, and that's what the coaching helps with the most. You need to be in control of this. Every calorie that I took in that put me at 500 pounds, I put in my mouth. No one else did. So for me, I needed to take full control of that myself. It was hard on my family initially, but then they joined in. And my family lost a combined 500 pounds. We're still using the products today. So it's accountability, it's personal accountability, but it's having that tracking, keeping track of knowing what you're doing to your body.
And to speak and expand on that too, so Christy and Arthur, prior to starting on, 2 medications separately, you both actually lost a very substantial amount of weight prior to that medication. So I think that goes to show the calorie tracking, the control factor, the accountability. Those are things that not every person does, which is why I think you're my Fantastic Five who have lost so much. You're putting in all the work. And I think that accountability is something that, maybe not all programs have it to the degree that we do.
I've been having a lot of fun lately because I've actually tried to gain a few pounds back, because I've explained to everybody about the tummy tuck I'm having, and I'm going to lose it like 15 to 20 pounds. And I don't want to look like Schmeagol from The Hobbit. It's going to be really bad. So I'm trying to actually gain a few pounds back, and it's fun. You don't realize what it is to be able to eat something you don't usually eat.
Coney dogs. Tell me you're eating Coney dogs.
Coney dogs, pizza, something. And you know what? I DoorDash, and I get to all these places. Oh man, everywhere you go.
They all smell good.
I was gonna also just talk about the lifestyle changes. So I feel like with weight loss, when you lose a substantial amount of body fat, your life does change. We just have to be honest about that. So your physicality before, up until now, if you guys just want to give us a little tidbit of, what that is and what it was now, and, how that's dramatically different, I think would be awesome too.
Thanks to the Cornerstone Wellness program, what I've seen a major thing is my metabolism. It's just through the roof. I can even eat a little more at times, and it doesn't really bother my weight at all. It's fun to be able to eat certain things that I've never eaten in the last 3 to 5 years. Because I'm doing the product, the Cornerstone product, my metabolism's just up through the roof, and I'm burning it immediately. I go to the gym, I'm working out, doing my thing, And with the Cornerstone program, especially the pills that I've been taking, a lot sharper in the mind and a lot more, I'm just going to say, more energy and more focus. And that's all thanks to that Cornerstone Wellness program. MedAssist right here, awesome, very awesome. Take them as directed, and I've noticed a lot of improvement, like I said, especially in focus. I find myself being to articulate into certain situations that I never could before. I would just blow it off and just, like forget about it. Now I take the time to think about it and do it. And it's only been since I've been doing these type of products.
I use the Omega Health fish oil supplement every day, every single day. I have for years. One of the things that has changed for me physically in this process is I actually had a stage 1 liver disease. When I went back to the physician after being diagnosed, and I said, I've lost 90 pounds on this weight loss program. She sat me down and said, okay, this is the 15 minutes I normally yell at my people about they need to lose weight. I want you to spend that 15 minutes telling me how you've done this. And it's Omega Health, it's Cornerstone Wellness, it's Maegan's coaching that got me there. And I don't know how many people they have referred up to her, but I hope many. And by the way, stage 1 liver disease is reversible if you lose the weight. It's called fatty liver for a reason. I was tested 6 months later, it's gone. I've been tested twice since, it's still gone. So Omega is good for everything. I'm very pleased with the products from Cornerstone.
I've used MedAssist, one of their products that I've always ate. Chips was my go-to, breads, butter, potatoes, all that stuff. And taking the MedAssist has just cut that craving. And I realized because of this, I wasn't craving it. I didn't even want it. I didn't want to eat it. So I recommend.
My biggest problem, can I have the medicine just a minute? My biggest problem is my sweet tooth. I haven't met a sweet I don't like. This stuff actually helps kill the craving for the sweets, this MedAssist. So I've been using this. I'm just starting the Omega, but that was my biggest thing was sweets. If it had sugar in it, I love it. But I quit eating pizza. There's a lot of things I quit eating. And I always discuss what I'm eliminating with Maegan, and she always steers me in the right direction. But this stuff works, and so do the shakes. And I believe only Cornerstone developed this, so they're the only ones that have it.
When I started on the Cornerstone program and started working with Maegan, I knew that I was in such a terrible state that I needed to completely focus on it. I had been working 12-hour days with an hour drive on both sides of that. And I remember going to my boss and to the owner of the company and saying, I'm sorry, but I need to focus on me. I need to get this right. And I did. And I reduced my hours and I focused on the appointments that I had. I never missed an appointment. And got to, after a year, I lost weight, and my confidence and my attitude towards work and my effectiveness at work got so much better. I ended up getting promoted after being in the program for a year. Now, I'm not saying Cornerstone Wellness did that, but I did it with the help of Maegan and Cornerstone Wellness.
When I went to go see Maegan for the first time, I was in a wheelchair. I actually wheelchaired in. Yeah, I was in a wheelchair, and I'll tell you, it was an experience to go from wheelchair to where I'm at now, to where I'm in the Walmart and the Maya, you go in them buggies, the ones that go, they jump around, and I used to be so embarrassed to get in those. It's just embarrassing. You're riding around in one of those, in my opinion. Some people got bad knees and things like that, but when you're overweight, it's like, wow. But anyways, with the help of the Cornerstone Wellness program, it just, the pounds just started coming off. Finally, I was out of the wheelchair. I was on a cane and got off the cane, and now I actually jog and run. And yeah, and I enjoy it, and the exercising that I do now, the energy is just through the roof. And Maegan, Drill Sergeant Maegan over there.
I literally have a plaque that says Drill Sergeant Maegan, and it's for my phone. And every time I talk to him, it's never Maegan, it's Drill Sergeant Maegan. So it's great.
Still got that little wooden block I gave you?
I do, I just said that.
I am so grateful that I have the ability that I've now seen my grandsons, but now I can chase them around. I never would have done that before. Like you, I was walking with a cane. I needed help. I'd get the buggies when we go to an amusement park. Now I'm chasing them. They're chasing me. So that's the best part of life. And I didn't realize how much of my life I was missing.
Piggybacking on that, one of the things about when you're overweight, you don't want to go outside, you don't want to go places. You're embarrassed, people look at you, the clothes don't fit right, you can't fit in the fashionable clothes. With Cornerstone Wellness and Maegan, I was able to get in touch with how to eat right, exercising. She started me out with just, I have an app on my phone, Samsung Health, that counts my steps, and just starting slow. She didn't have me exercise, and she said, just walk, just get out there and move. So I started out, I slowly started walking, and I'm up to, my minimum's 10,000 steps a day. And there's days that I can get up to 15,000, 20,000. Every day it's not possible because you do have to work a job, so that makes it hard. But like I said, Maegan's encouragement on me just walking really helped. And that pretty much, I know I have to start toning and getting more physical, but you just have to move. My knees don't hurt as much, my feet don't hurt as much, and like you said, grandkids. Love my grandkids. I'm out there doing stuff with my grandkids. I actually can bend over. I love it. So, all because of Cornerstone Wellness and Maegan.
Yeah, what you're talking about, it's really nice to be able to do things now. I can fight again. I'm actually a martial arts master. I have over 5 different degrees and 5 different belts, and state champion, grand nationals champion. And if you see some of the pictures in my bylines and stuff, you can see pictures of me when I was younger. But I taught all the way up until about 5 years ago, and that's when I started getting big, and I just couldn't do it anymore. It was just impossible. It wasn't going to work. Everything I know, which is up here, wouldn't work with my body. And even though I knew I could jump up and do this, that, and the other thing, my body said, no, it's not going to happen. So now it's fun because I got the younger kids that I get to throw around again. They all think they're all hot stuff. So now I get to throw them around, and it's really a lot of fun. So again, Cornerstone Wellness, back on the horse.
It got to the point where you didn't want to go outside. You didn't want to be around people because you didn't look good no matter what you did. I don't care if you had a $10,000 outfit on. You didn't look good. Just being fat was just, I hated every minute of it. And without Maegan and Cornerstone Wellness, never would have got here. I know I wouldn't have. So they saved my life.
Elizabeth, when we would talk about, like when you first met with me, you started with a different health coach initially, Justin, and then I kind of trickled in. We got to know each other a lot better.
I started with Justin too.
Yeah. And I wanted to speak to too how I think it's a little different for women, especially, like we talked about diet. Sometimes I think it's hard to eat that level of protein, but when we were talking about where you started to where you are now, we were talking about like risk reduction. So when we were talking about her diabetes, we are now seeing that your A1C is considered to be pretty much normal at this point, which is incredible. Your BMI has dropped by 15. So we were in like the morbid obesity category. We're now normalizing into just like an overweight, which is incredible. But I wanted to ask you too, like just from like the way that your body has changed. I mean, do you remember? You at one point had told me like it was multiple sizes that you were down. Do you remember? Yeah. What were you and like what are you now? I don't remember.
I was a size 24, 26.
Okay.
And I'm a size 16, 18.
So like I'm thinking like I'd like to talk about like other non-scales for everyone at this point too. We kind of touched on it, but maybe a little bit more in detail.
I started out at, a 6X on the top and a 5X on the bottom. I wear a large and a large now. When I started out at 6X, before I got on the Cornerstone Wellness program, is when I was really, really big. And it's been progressive. My waist, I actually have the belt, it was 66 inches, and I have a 36-inch waist now.
We have 3 of you who were considered to be type 2 diabetic, not controlled at one point. 4, actually. And actually, at this point, from the lab work that I recall, everyone's BMI has significantly dropped. In general, I think it's by at least 10 as the 4 of you. And then your body fat changes are really crazy. I'm not going to tell numbers on all of those. But Christy, I was thinking of you when we were talking about this because other non-scales that you've seen have been lipid panel improvement.
Since joining the Cornerstone Wellness program, I was able to get off 2 of my blood pressure medications. My A1C went from a 6.7, I'm down to a 5. The last one, it was like 5.6, I think, which is pretty much normal. I no longer take cholesterol medications. My cholesterol is, I've never heard of having a good cholesterol. Like low, hey, I read on there, it's like you got low cholesterol when I started taking all these cholesterol medications because it was really high. And the one thing I want to say is about the clothing. Since I've lost weight, I really don't know how to buy clothes because I used to wear a size 42 jean because I wore all guy clothes because I couldn't fit in the girl clothes. And now I went shopping and this is like a size 11 girl clothes. And I'm not even in the boy clothes, and I would think I'm down to like about a 32-inch waist. I have a 3X tops that I still wear. I think it's a reminder not to get there again, but I wore 3X and this is a large. So it's really great to, actually be able to go to a store, especially being a female, that you can go into the clothing stores and all the high fashion and the really cute clothes that they make for smaller women. It's kind of sad that they don't make high fashion for more overweight, but I'm rambling.
That's okay, it's
I'm
good.
sorry. I didn't know where I was going with that.
It's more natural, that's good.
I know. I know. I was like,
So the size changes.
Yes.
I was gonna say, Elizabeth, do you wanna talk about any of that for you and any
Yes,
Okay.
because of the Cornerstone Wellness program, I love Cato's. I don't know if I can say that, I don't know. But they have separate sections. The heavier sets over here, the bigger sizes, and the smaller sizes. And when I go, I find myself still going. I'm like, oh, nope, I gotta go this way now. So I can shop on the skinnier side of the store.
I know, I do that too. I'm still looking for, I'm thinking I need the bigger sizes, and you don't need the bigger sizes anymore. That's great.
One of the more effective parts of the program is, I think, your connectability with your coach. I've been with Cornerstone Wellness now for, I think, 6 years. I started in 2018, so almost 6 years. And made ripples and talked with, I don't know how many patients at this point. This is my Fab 5, so I guess what I'd like to know from you guys specifically is, not that I had a huge impact on you, but were there things that I presented to you that were helpful, and what part of the journey with me specifically was standing out to you in effectiveness?
With Maegan, I never felt pushed. I felt pulled. It was, come join us. And it wasn't just Maegan. It's the office there, but Maegan's skills as a person, she's a very likable person. We became friends. We're still friends. And that, it meant something to her. She was as excited with my gains and or losses, however you want to, with my success as I have been. And I've never seen her and not given her a hug. She's a personal part of my journey. And I can't explain how much she has meant to me and how she has changed my life. I may not even be here right now if not for Maegan.
Drill Sergeant Maegan. I'm ex-military. One of the most important people that I put on a pedestal was a drill sergeant of mine. Something that I can look up to very easily, and I just put her on that pedestal, because as soon as I did that, every time I went to go see her, as Phil said earlier, I made sure that I was that weight I wanted to hit, but without putting her on that pedestal and without putting her in my opinion, in charge, I would have gone in different directions, thinking that I knew better than her, and I didn't, obviously. And with the Cornerstone Wellness Program, with her guidance on a lot of it, we went through tears, we went through laughter, we went through pain, a lot of that. And but all in all, at the end, we're both still standing here, and I hug her every time I see her too, because for the last 3 years, she has been an absolute cornerstone of my life and changed everything about everything that I had going. I mean, my life is a whole 100% different now because of the Cornerstone Wellness and because of Maegan.
Oh, Maegan.
Don't cry, I'm gonna cry.
Oh, when I met Maegan, I was at a bad place. I was like 287 pounds, sad, no energy. When you're that overweight, you don't have any energy. And Maegan, just talking to her and getting to know her, she encouraged you, got you going, you were happy to see her. Just having somebody that you could talk to, that knew what you're going through, knew how to help you, had talked to other participants, and she could share their stories. Not weekly, I'd say I seen you about every couple months. Yeah, every couple months you get your reports on how much body fat you're losing, versus how much the lean muscle. Okay, the lean muscle and the body fat, the difference between that really helped me to understand when I was doing things right, because there's one little portion, one little time where I was like losing way more of the muscle than the body fat, and she got me back on track, doing the more up in the protein shakes, anything protein. She gave us recipes that when you got stuck with, you didn't know what else you wanted to eat, you had recipes. She's just like she's your coach. She's the one that kept you going and helped you when you were losing and when you were at a stall, kept you positive. Not having somebody there for you during that time really doesn't work. Having her there to help made me help get through this program. Like I said, I got like about 10, 15 more pounds to lose. I'm still gonna be seeing Maegan. Maegan's gonna help me reach that last 15. Love you, Maegan, thank you.
Aw, thanks.
Well, I've been to other nutritionists, and all they want to do is give you a chart with what you should eat, don't tell you how much to eat, don't tell you how to exercise. What impressed me about Maegan when I went the first time, because I almost didn't see her because I was tired of nutritionists. They didn't help me. But she's more than a nutritionist. She's a life coach, and she wouldn't tell you what to do. She'd tell you why you should do it. And she's always there to reinforce you. I think she's the most amazing person I've ever met. I owe her everything, and Cornerstone Wellness, of course. She knows. She looks at your prescriptions, she knows what they do, she knows what they're for, she knows how they affect you. She's just a wealth of knowledge and support, unconditional support and positive reinforcement. And Maegan, you are the best. No, there'll never be anybody better than you, and I'll always come to you as long as I'm alive.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
I second that. I wish I would have said that. That's perfect.
She's amazing.
I agree with everybody what everybody has said. Maegan, you've been a rock for me. I'm an emotional person, and even when I'd be at my lowest, the death of my mom and my brother, you were there, listened to me and cried with me and kept me on track. You know, just keep doing this and you're gonna get through it. Very encouraging, a lot of encouragement for me, and I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Hooray for Maegan!
Thanks, guys. It's really not me, but thanks.
It is you.
Yeah,
It is you.
It is you.
It is.
you don't sell yourself. Don't sell yourself short. You've got You've got Insta postings where you're showing recipes, you're giving ideas constantly. No, don't sell yourself short. You're way more than that.
Way more than that.
Well, thanks, guys.
I'm obviously late to the party because I've spent the whole time on the opposite end of the lens here. I'm the videographer, but also I am another patient of Cornerstone Wellness. And when I started my journey with Cornerstone Wellness, it was about 3 years ago, and I started at about 387 pounds. And this morning I stepped on the scale and I was 311. Rick called me out of the blue and was like, hey, I have a doctor that wants to talk to you about this project. And when we started talking about Cornerstone Wellness, and I got on the phone with Jonathan and we started spitballing ideas about how to capture the incredible work that this program has been doing for a lot of people. Not only was I excited because it's a job, but I was more than happy to be a part of capturing lives that have been changed and showing that the importance of being healthy. And this program has honestly been life-changing, like everybody here has been saying. And like the 5 superstars here, I wish that I had a picture to share with you guys so you guys could also see. But I've been absolutely blown away hearing everyone's story and being a part of this. And honestly, it's been an honor. And I'm so glad that I just got a random phone call a couple days ago so that we could throw this all together. But it's been incredible. And echoing what all of you have said, working with Maegan has been fantastic. And honestly, with her help and support, and something that I feel like everybody has also said, like the highs and the lows. And when you come in and you miss a goal and things are not going as planned, she's not jumping down your throat. She's holding you accountable and saying, there is a standard here, but there is also the acceptance that today is not the last day. We can keep moving forward. We can keep hitting these goals and we can do things one small step at a time. And the Cornerstone Wellness Program, I think the best way to encapsulate it would be that one small step at a time. It's making one small life change over and over and over again and consistently choosing yourself. And so, that's what I got for you.
Welcome to the team.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for everyone for having me a part of this. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
Here's to everyone continuing to move forward in their journey of health because we know it's not over. Here's to a great program that supports us all and to hitting that next goal in life.
Cheers.
To Cornerstone Wellness.
Cornerstone Wellness.
Cornerstone Wellness. Everybody over going? All right.
Perfect.
Yummy.